me and my big hair.
Welcome back to Me and My Big Hair. For today's episode, I thought I'd take you back to the 1870s to when the first phone call was made and teach you a little phone etiquette. Hello! And some table manners. For the 1870s, I'm going to do an updo, and they were getting very creative on their updos. As long as it was up, you could do braids and twists and curls and several braids and twists and curls, so we're going to get a little creative today. I'm going to start by taking just a little bit of the front of my hair so that I can pull it back into the updo. I'm going to do a ponytail right here to turn that into a braid, but only the top half of my hair. And then I will do a ponytail for the bottom half of my hair. So I'm going to start with the first braid on top and then twist it around. And for the bottom ponytail, I'm going to do twists and then put it down and up. You'll see. Next, I'm going to take these side pieces and leave just a little poof here for some volume and pin that poof, and then I'm going to twist them around. Then I'm ready to take this top portion and do some fancy stuff around the top braid with it. So we'll do just a little bit of powder for the makeup. I'm going to add just a touch of mascara so you can tell that I actually have eyelashes. Here's my bit of rouge and some for the lips. With any outfit you need accessories, of course, the cameo necklace and a fetching hat. Welcome to the 1870s. Of course, this wasn't a phone they actually had in the 1870s, but if you can humor me. So I'm going to show you some telephone etiquette, which will also help you against those awful telemarketers and scammers. Hello? And if the person on the other line says, "Is this?" and they say your name, if you're a lady, you would say, "This is she." If you're a gentleman, you would say, "This is he." You never respond with yeah or yes. Yeah? What do you want? Because one of those telephone scammers was going around trying to record people saying yes. So if you replied with, "This is she," they wouldn't have you saying yes. And then they might start demanding personal information from you. So the way to get out of that is to say, "Excuse me, can you please tell me your name, your company you're calling from, and what this phone call is regarding? Where did you get my phone number? Please take it off your list immediately." "I told you once, I told you a million times." No! So remember, when you're answering the phone, especially from a telemarketer, it is important to use your etiquette. That way you don't get scammed. And first things first, no hats at the table. Next, I'm going to show you the proper setup for a formal table setting so you know which is your napkin, your utensils, your plates, your drinks, and especially your food. Sometimes you might have a fancy table napkin like this, or it will be under utensils like this. Either way, be sure to take it out even before the food arrives. Keep the folded end towards you as you place it on your lap. Like so. Let's eat! Your glasses, your cups are on your right-hand side. Your bread and butter plate is on your left-hand side. Usually the water will be the insidemost glass and the wine will be next to it. And I'm sure you've heard the expression before, you work from the outside in. So if you have lots of utensils on the outside, don't get confused. They are there in the order that you should use them in. Teaspoon is on the outside to go with coffee or tea, or my favorite, hot chocolate. Sometimes you'll have a smaller fork on the end for an appetizer. Sometimes you'll have a smaller fork that's a little bit smaller than the entree fork, and that's for your salad. You can have either a spoon or a fork above your plate, and that's there for the dessert. You may be served a soup first. And in that case, that's why they have the largest spoon on the very end, because that will be your soup spoon. The proper way to eat soup is not to slurp it up towards yourself, but you must spoon away from yourself with just a little bit to then put into your mouth. Because the idea is, as you eat, you'll be talking with someone, and who wants to talk to someone with a bunch of food in their mouth? Now we're on to the entree. When you are served the entree, you can eat it in either of two ways. American style, cut the food with your dominant hand. I'm right-handed, so I'm using the knife in my right hand. I can place it on the top of the plate, and then I will switch hands to use my fork. Continental style is when you use your dominant hand to cut your food, and when you eat, you just keep the fork in your less dominant hand, for me, my left hand, and a lot of times you use the fork upside down rather than right side up. Always behind the fork, not in front, behind. Another important part about etiquette is your bread plate. You have your very own little knife. The point of this little knife is to take the butter from whatever butter is coming around, put it onto your own plate, and then when you take your bread, you're supposed to take off only what you can bite, shred it off, take butter from your own plate, not from the generic butter plate. Butter that piece and eat it. Remember, no elbows on the table. Yeah, right? You can put your elbows on the table once the food has been cleared. It's really there just to make sure that you don't get your clothes dirty, you don't get your hands inside the food, and you're not encroaching on anyone else's space. When you're still working on your food, be sure to put your utensils at the top of your plate. That way they won't be cleared. Once you're finished though, you can put your knife and fork together and lay it side by side at an angle. And finally, when you're finished eating your dessert and drinking the last of your hot chocolate and you're ready to leave the table, you can take the napkin, gather it together in the center, and place it to the left of your plate. Yum! And when you're ready to leave, don't forget your hat and to push in your chair. Bye!
Whoops, that girder fell down again.
Hi, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the videos, and if you did, you can subscribe to my channel over here so you can catch the next ones. You can follow me on Instagram at Jewell with 2 L's, Sharon. Like the video, share it with your friends because you loved it that much, and be sure to catch the other ones.